everybody, and welcome back to Is It Kino, your favorite horrible dog shit movie podcast. Unfortunately, we had to break the mold today because we're talking about a piece of pure Kino, perhaps Pixar's greatest film of all time. That's right, Florian's favorite movie of the year so far, the one and only Cars 2. Florian, what did you think of Cars 2?
Oh shit, we're doing Cars 2? Well, actually, I think Cars 2 was pretty good, but my favorite is Planes 2. That was the best.
Is that the one when they bring in the firefighters?
Yes!
Oh, thank God, yeah. We should have watched that instead, unironically. I would have been less suicidal with my intentions, but unfortunately, Kino Corner is here as well.
You know what? You kind of ruined my Friday night, and I want to say this. So I watched this on Friday night, and then I only had bad luck because right after I finished watching it, I stubbed my toe, and it caused this the skin to get peeled off from part of the bottom of my foot.
What the fuck?
And then after that, I was like, oh, I'm gonna make some ramen, and then there was a mishap, and I ended up spilling boiling water on my hand. And I'm like, this is all because I watched Turning Red, honestly.
Yeah, it's the revenge of the panda. I guess you should have had a good time. You know, now you're cursed.
And you have a fucking COVID cough, which is going to be great for the audio.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's not that bad. It was a lot worse a few days ago.
Well,
did you actually have COVID?
Yeah. It sounds like he has COVID.
It's not COVID. It's a cold.
Did you take a fucking COVID test, bitch?
I can tell you it's not COVID.
Yeah, or whatever. You took a COVID test on the show before, but suddenly, now that you actually have it, you're all coy. Oh, no, it's not COVID.
I had it like a year ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
You can get it 10 times. Even if you're quadruple vaxxed, you can still get COVID. It doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, it's not that bad. It just sounds bad.
You know what's crazy? As a child, I got the chickenpox vaccine. And I've never gotten chickenpox. It's almost like vaccines are supposed to stop you from getting sick.
I got chickenpox as a kid. I was like, I don't know. I guess I'm a year older than you. I didn't get I guess I missed out on that particular vaccine.
Well, your parents are famously very anti-vax.
No, I've probably had more vaccines.
That's why you're so powerful.
Did they throw a party where you could get the disease? Is that what happened?
Well, I mean, that happened in Guam.
Where you grew up in Guam?
Jesus.
For the first few years of my life.
Yeah.
Well, no wonder you have many vaccines then. I guess you're going to be careful.
Yeah, no, I had to, when I was going to Central America, I remember I had to go to the Navy hospital before. And they just had a line of different vaccines for, I guess, third world countries, you know? And I had some corpsman come in, and he gave me all 5 or 6 vaccines all within the span of about 5 seconds. It was boom, 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 boom. And all in the same, I swear, the same needle hole that he made in my skin, he was just putting them all in that same needle hole in my skin.
That doctor penetrated your hole multiple times?
Yeah. Well, okay. Corpsman, not a doctor. But
hey, speaking of third world countries, we have a movie that takes place in Canada. And I'm dying to know, and everybody at home is dying to know, Florian, what did you think of Turning Red?
Well, it was good. I don't know what you want. It's a good movie. I don't know how anyone could be offended at this movie, but I guess we'll hear how...
Offended?
How bad it is.
Nobody's fucking offended.
Dude, Kino is super offended.
How am I offended?
Yeah, no, you tell us, Kino, how are you offended?
I'm offended by how bad it is. I'm offended by how ugly the entire thing looks.
So ugly. The character designs make me so fucking angry. Steven Universe is the worst thing that ever happened to fucking cartoons. For real.
This doesn't have anything to do with Steven Universe.
They all have the fucking Steven Universe mouth. These fucking CalArts retards don't know how to make a human.
No, and the characters are literally just two-dimensional cardboard cutouts, almost all of them. Especially her friends group. And it's so fucking, dude, the first 15 minutes where it's the opening montage of her talking about herself and the way that it's edited.
Very similar to the Batman's opening.
But it's okay, that has to be one of the most annoying openings to any movie, I wanted to turn it off after 5 minutes. I was like, if the rest of the movie is like this, I'm going to kill myself. Thankfully, it kind of thankfully it mellows out after that first 15 minutes, but it still doesn't become good. Like, it still isn't good. Okay.
Well, so Florian thinks it is good, so maybe he should tell us what we missed.
Well, just listen to this shit, man. You're telling me he's not triggered? Yeah, okay, I'm gonna kill myself because this movie is annoying this much. Yeah, I'm not triggered, okay.
Hey, we said offended, not triggered. You can't fucking move the goalpost.
Same thing, all right?
Not the same.
Really? Did
not
I
the
not
same
say
at all.
triggered?
Not the same.
I guess it triggered his suicidal ideation. I'm gonna watch out for that.
Yeah, exactly. It's a psychological condition, and you better respect me. I'm going to therapy for it, and I don't want you triggering me right now, okay?
I thought real men, instead of going to therapy, just start a podcast. Isn't that what this show is about?
What do you think I'm doing right now?
Yeah, this is our therapy. And Florian is our gracious therapist who's going to explain to us why this movie was so good.
I don't know where to begin. Like, how can you be annoyed at this? Okay, so... Like,
how could you be annoyed?
How could you be annoyed at this?
The characters they are written to be annoying on purpose. This fucking...
I don't know if that's true.
No, it is true. It is true because the characters are 13 years old and they wanted it to seem authentic, even though, I don't know if you guys were around in 2002, but every single middle schooler did not have a fucking cell phone and a fucking Tamagotchi. This is a anachronistic bullshit fucking fake nostalgia baiting bullshit movie that they tried to make realistic. It's basically, I was only pretending to be retarded. So it's like, oh, well, the characters are annoying because they're supposed to be annoying because they're 13. No, nobody is this annoying.
Speaking of that, Mumkey, so it's 2002. So why does the main bully character look like the epitome of a Zoomer?
Oh, the character named Tyler, and they say no Tylers allowed. Everybody named Tyler's a big piece of shit. Yeah, no, I did not notice that part of the movie.
But they make him look like the stereotype of a Zoomer. I was like, this can't be 2002.
They gave him the Heartsy haircut?
Yeah, they gave him the Heartsy haircut. I was like, this can't be 2002. Like, his fashion is like 2020, 2021.
Middle schoolers did not all have cell phones in 2002.
No, like,
this bitch is fucking lying.
I don't even remember the cell phones. Are you sure they all had cell
Oh my god. How can you say it's good if you didn't even pay attention?
And
how often did they use the cell phone?
The whole movie.
What?
Yeah, they had cell phones.
Every single 12-year-old had a flip phone in 2002. Okay.
I remember flip phones being really expensive back then, and like all my friends, at least, we didn't get flip phones or cell phones of any kind until like 2006, 2007.
Yeah, I don't think I even had a phone until 2008 or 9.
Yeah.
But I was poor, so that might just be me. But 2002 is a little bit fucking early.
I know everyone got phones before I got them because I fucking hate phones. So I didn't get one for as long as I could. So I remember being in school and everyone had them. But I don't know. I guess I might have been a bit older than this.
Well, that's over in... you grew up in the Hitler Youth program, though, so they gave out cell phones to all the kids.
Well, anyways, I'm just... if you guys don't mind, I'm just going to do a very basic overview of the story for anyone who doesn't know.
Okay.
So, for anyone who doesn't know, women bleed, all right?
What?
Women have periods, okay? All right, let's just get over that fact, all right?
Well,
it happens to everyone.
Well, now that you've mentioned that, can I point out perhaps a plot hole or maybe just rampant stupidity and retardation?
Sure.
When May, I think her name is...
Yeah.
Meme,
May.
The meme girl, the main character.
Yeah.
She's 13 years old, and she turns into the panda, and she's freaking out. And her mother does not think it's the panda yet. She assumes her daughter is starting her period. And she says, what? This early? She's so young. I don't know if these women have ever taken a women's anatomy class, but women can get their period when they're fucking 9. So why did she think 13 was too young for her daughter to start bleeding out of her fucking vagina?
I was thinking that too. I was thinking, wow, she's like a really late bloomer if she's starting puberty at 13.
Yeah, and the mom acts like it's too young. Like, absolutely fucking retarded. I know more about women than the women who made this movie.
So what's the average time when it would happen?
Like between 9 and 13.
Yeah, between 9 and 13. But 13 is like on the old end of starting puberty. Like most girls, you know, when I was in school, like they all sort of started puberty way before the guys did.
And that's how you got an Amazonas fetish?
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you're starting off with pointing all the tiny nitpicks. Like,
not a tiny nitpick. Basic. The whole point of the movie is a metaphor for women fucking going through puberty. So it seems like a pretty obvious fact to include.
Yeah. But anyways, so going to the story, it's about May. She's basically your typical, Chinese student.
I don't know if this is the typical, then I don't know if I want to ever meet any Asian women again in my life.
You know, has the helicopter parents, right?
Yeah.
I knew plenty of Asian kids who had the helicopter parents. They were forced to do really well in school.
She has a sticker that says "I love math." You know, very typical Asian stuff.
Yeah, so she's.
That's not a joke, by the way. That's actually in the movie.
Yeah, that is. And so she's like mommy's little girl. She wants to like please her mom so much. Her overbearing mom, I should say. And then
overbearing,
yeah. And then May starts feeling the urges for another guy, so she does what any normal person does and draws a shit ton of hentai about the guy in her journal, which her mom then finds. And then her mom, because her mom is a normal person, takes all the drawings of hentai and shows everyone in her class.
Yeah, fair.
Because, she goes to the place and is like, what did you do to my daughter? Without actually ever talking to her daughter about it.
Impressive.
Well, there's a lot of things that happen in this movie that could have been resolved with a very simple conversation.
What is this, an episode of Friends?
And so then the next morning she wakes up, she gets this really strong emotion, and then she wakes up and she's a big red panda. And wow.
And her underwear is full of blood, and she's like, what the fuck? What happened down there?
Wowee. This is definitely a pickle. So then she's trying to hide the fact that
she becomes Pickle Rick, but in panda form.
So she's trying to hide the fact that she's a panda. But of course, it gets out, and then it turns out it runs in the bloodline. All the women in her family.
Oh, the bloodline? Okay.
Bloodline. Yeah.
Pretty good.
All the women in her family get it, and she just has to wait a month for the blood red moon to do this ritual, and then she can get rid of her panda form. Because it's like a curse that was meant to be a blessing.
Now, I was confused because I am stupid, and it took me 4 days to watch this movie, so I might have just forgot. But it seems that the ritual is not to get rid of the panda, but to lock it inside of a piece of jewelry so you can unleash it whenever you want.
Basically, for all the Potterheads out there, for all the people who are fans of J.K. Rowling.
Oh yeah, she still has lots of those.
Yeah, it's basically like you're making a Horcrux of the panda.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, but pretty sure that they never really destroyed them until later on in this movie. But yeah, I mean, pretty much it's supposed to be that you just lock it away and then you never panda again.
Yeah, basically it's like going on birth control.
Well, so like the message of the movie at the end is that she says, "No, I will keep my panda, my choice." But it seems like every single woman in her family can still turn into the panda whenever they want. So it seems like just a fake moral at the end. Because like you can still turn into the panda if you do the ritual. So what's even the fucking conflict here?
Well, what's funny is that they said like, you can only do the ritual one time. Like you only have one chance to do the ritual. But then all her family turned back into the pandas, and they just redo the ritual, and then they get rid of the pandas. So it's like, okay.
It's just one convenient ritual for the whole family where they all just banish the pandas.
So anyways, So getting back to the story. So like she has this conundrum, but the big conundrum is that she wants to go see this gay boy band perform, and the tickets are $200, which is 2002. That's insane.
Yeah, what's the inflation rate on that? So these days it'd be like a $500 ticket?
Yeah, so basically she starts an OnlyFans and she makes almost enough money.
For fuck's sake.
It's called Panda Fans.
Panda Fans. She makes almost enough money selling pics of her panda to all the kids at school. and then to top it off, she goes to a birthday party. And
it's called child pandography.
Yeah, she goes to a birthday party and gives everyone rides.
Yeah, stop it right now, okay? You're just complaining the entire time about how this is so morally wrong that it's not sexualized, okay? She's just having
sexualized.
It's just a ride.
The climax of the movie is intentionally sexualized. She's shaking her ass at her mom to piss her off and say, "I'm not your good little girl. I'm gonna fucking shake and groove and twerk all I want. It's my body, my choice, bitch."
That's like the only part where it's like explicit. But
the climax of the film, yeah, famously the least important part of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
climax, right?
Literally, yeah, because when Florian watched that scene, he was climaxing all over it.
Oh, fuck you! Come on, I can't believe you guys are doing this. Okay, it's just like an act.
Florian,
no, let Florian talk, because you won't ever shut the fuck up.
I just have one question for Florian. What does your Rule 34 folder on your laptop look like right now?
It's Bullfrog.
Yeah. Dude, what the fuck? You're the one who's just saying this is all sexual, okay? It's not, okay? It's just like a little girl growing up. It's your problem that you're making it this sexual, okay? Yeah, okay, she's a little horny at the guys, okay? and she's... Look, the photos and the rides is not sexual, okay? There's nothing sexual about it. You're not watching How to Train Your Dragon and you're saying like, hey, look at these kids, they're all having dragon sex. No, you're being ridiculous, okay? Can't you just enjoy this panda movie without being a weird creep about it, huh?
I don't know if anybody can enjoy this movie.
Yeah, I wasn't enjoying it anyway.
Yeah.
So,
if anything, coming up with our own metaphor made it more enjoyable.
Yeah, well, the director did say that the panda bear is she's like, it's like a metaphor for like magical puberty.
Yeah, puberty, not sex, okay?
Yeah, but how do you take a picture of puberty?
What?
I mean, that's like the whole...
I mean, if it's a metaphor for menstruation, and she says, I'm going to take a picture of my red panda and show it to everybody, what am I supposed to think?
Yeah.
Oh, it's literally a cute little panda. What do you want, man?
It's a cute little panda that...
Yeah, but what is the metaphor there? Like, if it's a metaphor for puberty, what is she taking a photo of?
Yeah, because the whole thing becomes her commercializing it.
Yeah.
So, you got to think about things a little metaphorically, Florian. You got to think...
Yeah, don't take this panda movie at face value.
Ridiculous, okay? Nobody else is talking like this. You guys are insane. Nobody's saying, "Oh, it's the panda sex movie." Okay. What the hell?
Some of the blue checkmark critics were saying that. They're like, remember that one tweet that went a little viral? The woman's like, "I love this because it's like one of the horniest Pixar movies ever made."
Yeah.
I mean, I do think there are heavy undertones of telling girls, "Hey, it's okay to start an OnlyFans. It's okay to piss off your parents and be a big disgrace to your family, as long as you do what makes you happy."
Yeah, I got those undertones, and I don't know if it's just because like the filmmakers were they didn't understand what this stuff kind of came across as, because I was having a discussion with this the other day with one of my friends, and it's like, maybe they didn't mean for all of this, but they just had like this, the metaphor just wasn't consistent. And they were like, oh, we want it to be a metaphor in this scene, but then we just want it to be a cute little mascot in this scene. But then what happens is that you have this really confused metaphor that then can be understood as something that's a little bit on the gross side of things.
Yeah, the movie was not well thought out.
Well, I don't know about that, but I guess it is a bit weird with the metaphor. Like, at some point I saw, like, maybe this panda thing is some kind of trance thing where they're trying to de-trance her or something, but she's just proudly coming out, and then she's just, like, flourishing because she can do what she wants finally, and she can be herself. But I don't know. I guess it's pretty weird.
The director is an Asian woman who also wrote the film, and she said the entire movie is based on her personal experience with her mother. And if you look up how old she is, she would have been like 14 in 2002. So I think she just wanted to make a movie for herself. Like this, instead of going to therapy, she made a shitty Pixar movie. And like she's really the scene where the mom shows up to school trying to give her tampons and shit. She said that actually happened in real life, and she just plugged it into the movie. So this bitch is putting her mom on blast with one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
Well, and the funny thing is so I watched that documentary that came with it, and in that whole documentary she's talking about like how she loves her mom, how they have this great relationship. And I'm like, bitch, you just made a 100-minute long movie.
A $175 million budget film to shit on your own mother.
Yeah. Like, don't come to me going like, we have this great relationship. I love her so much. I'm like, no, I don't believe that.
Like the rage monster that is attacking children and destroying property. No, I love my mom. She's such a sweet person.
Although it's quite beautiful how the women all helped defeat her mom by syncing up their menstruations.
Yeah, I mean, women do that unintentionally all the time.
Yeah.
Well,
what were you going to say, Florian?
Yeah, we should let Florian rant on a little bit.
Well, I don't know how you guys are so mean to this movie. I thought it was all very fun, okay? I thought the characters were mostly fun. And I guess, the mom is, like, crazy. Like, what the hell? I guess I want to know how that next family Christmas is going to go. Just, like...
I don't think the Chinese celebrate really Christmas, actually.
Yeah,
I think you mean Chinese New Year's.
Yeah, which they do in, like, fucking March for some reason.
Oh, well, I guess it might come sooner than expected then. Yeah, it might be really rough when she says, "Oh, what have you done, daughter?" I'm not like this. Yeah, just putting her every little mistake on blast. I don't know. I felt like it was all really relatable, you know. Like,
do you have a Chinese mother?
I mean, I definitely had like moments where my mom was pretty annoying, you know. I feel like this is relatable. Is it not relatable to you?
Well, so Robel is one of our Asian friends, and she said the movie is not realistic because her Asian mother would never apologize to her. Ever.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess it's perfect.
And Weekend Warrior had a similar thought. He's also Asian.
Oh, there you go then. It's perfect. It's
not perfect. It's an unrealistic expectation that Asian mothers will ever admit to being wrong. They will ever stop their stupid traditions. They will ever allow their daughter to be a fucking individual. No, you stay home at the temple and you clean and you do your fucking A+ homework. And if you get a 99 out of 100, you are grounded.
So speaking about how like they kind of shift in the movie from like it being a metaphor for puberty and then it being just like a cute mascot that they want to make into like their version of Totoro. At the end, she turns into her red panda self to give a tour of their temple, but it's like it celebrates the fact that they just turned their like holy temple where they, you know, it's like this sacred place into a tourist trap that's just selling tons of merchandise.
Like, that's a metaphor for how capitalism will destroy all cultures and traditions. Hello.
Yeah, no, but they were already doing that. They were already having tours, and she was already dressing up as a panda. So basically, they're just doing what they're doing, but better. So
yeah, you fucking idiot.
Capitalism. Yeah, it's worth it. It's improved thanks to capitalism. There you go.
It's definitely improved because now they have merchandise everywhere. Now
how bored do you have to be to go on a tour of a fucking Chinese temple? Oh my God, I'll stay in the hotel room, Mom. You guys can go do that boring shit.
Yeah, and something that I was thinking of too is like, so they do these like tours of her as the red panda, but it's like right after all those red pandas like destroyed the like biggest like arena in Toronto.
Yeah, why are the police not investigating this family? They have a bunch of like Hulks who can break out and destroy everything and nobody gives a shit.
Yeah, they don't have to pay like anything. I mean, they had to have done like millions upon millions of dollars worth of damage.
Oh, they should both, like the mother and the daughter should be in Area 51 right now.
Well, they're collecting the money so they can pay back the city. What do you want?
That's not what they said.
Florian has his own headcanon.
What are you talking about? At the end of the movie, they show the collection of the money, and the tail goes all the way up, and it says to rebuild the Sky Dome. So that's what the money is gonna be used for, and it's like 500 million.
What?
What? It's great.
All right, I'll give you that one. I might have missed that.
I mean, I would love to live in a world where if you commit a crime, you can just raise money to fix the crime instead of going to prison.
Yeah.
That's capitalism again, baby.
I don't think so.
I don't think that's capitalism. I just think that's lazy writing.
I think it's terrible writing.
Hey, okay, the government is afraid of the pandas, okay?
Why? They have like rockets and shit.
Yeah, so the pandas are fucking huge and they're immortal.
They're not all huge, just the one bitch mom.
You've seen how she can jump and is like immune to fall damage, okay? She's immortal, alright?
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that.
Should we talk about how the movie hates men?
Oh yeah, so I want to bring this up. So do you guys know what the Bechdel test is?
Obviously.
So the viewers might not know. Basically, the Bechdel test is like in a movie, you have it'll pass the Bechdel test if two women talk to each other and it's not about a man.
Ironically, the guy who invented the Bechdel test is a man, so I think he didn't even pass his own test.
Well, I want to say this movie doesn't pass the Kino test, where in this movie you don't have a case where two men talk to each other and it's not about a woman.
So it's just like the complete opposite of feminism then, huh? That's you.
I just wanted to talk about the father character because he's a very weak man. He does the cooking for his wife and daughter, which, not a traditional Chinese gender role movie. And he's just like a weak, cuckolded man. And there's his big scene in the movie is telling his daughter how grandma doesn't like him and doesn't respect him and doesn't want him to be married to his wife. And that's all he gets. Yeah.
He literally sleeps in the cuck shed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to me, like when the guy was just like talking, for a moment I was like, who the fuck is this? Just some random Asian guy walked in. Like I didn't even relate to him as like part of the family at that point. It was crazy.
Yeah, they just like intentionally made him like the most like milquetoasty character.
Which, if this woman is basing it off her own family experience, how bad does her dad feel watching this movie? Holy shit. That's suicide fuel.
Wow. Yeah, that's it. The family's broken up now.
Yeah.
The father's probably dead.
Horrible daughter.
Is he?
No, the father's still alive. I saw that in the documentary.
And he was just like a weak little cuck.
I'm assuming so. Look, I'm assuming that this director, she knows her parents very well. So it's a very realistic portrayal of how her parents act.
Yeah, they're not even mad because it's just so realistic,
This has to be one of the most realistic Pixar movies of all time. This is, there's the joke where it's like Toy Story is like, what if toys had feelings? And Finding Nemo is what if fish had feelings? Cars is what if cars had feelings? And Turning Red is what if Chinese people had feelings?
What if a 13-year-old girl's menstruation cycle had feelings?
Yeah. So the other interesting thing that Mumke, you brought up before this, and I didn't pick up on this at all, is supposedly the character of Miriam is trans. Supposedly.
Yeah.
Oh, guess she's transitioned pretty well. Oh wait, I guess that wouldn't have happened at that time, would it?
Are you guys telling me in 2002 your close-knit friend group didn't have every piece of diversity possible with no overlap?
I can't say that.
I'm pretty sure growing up in fucking Toronto, Canada, I mean, every friend group was you gotta have one white, one brown, one Asian, one other Asian. You know, like people typically do not want to be friends with people who look like them or act like them. It never happens. Not in Canada.
Well, they certainly all acted the same way. They're all the same kind of girl.
No. They didn't act the same way, but they all acted like cardboard cutouts of different things. Like basically the short, was a Japanese girl, was basically just mentally retarded. Couldn't read Toledo. What is Toledo? And,
oh, come on. That's an easy mistake to make.
She just, well, not for when it's like what you think is going to be like the night of your life.
Dude, stuff like that can easily happen.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that a 12-year-old girl doesn't know how to read. That seems pretty standard.
Yeah, how are you so tough on her?
What the hell? She just acts like her character though. Her character is like the idiot, the fool.
No.
I think they all fit that criteria because the movie.
No, not at all.
The movie's very proud of the fact that these characters are all fucking idiots.
In what way? What would they do that's stupid?
Look at how May fucking dresses. It makes me want to drop kick her. It's disgusting.
Well,
fucking hideous.
The way they dress. So nothing they do is stupid then.
Everything they do is stupid.
Everything they do is stupid. But that
what?
other,
well, like going to a concert. Yeah, how could they? Wow.
No, but her other Asian friend, the short fat Asian friend. Literally, the whole character is that she's stupid. And then the brown girl, I don't know what their names are or whatever.
I think her name was Brownie.
Now, you gotta explain to me how she's stupid, because whatever she says is, like, usually fairly sincere and cool. I don't know.
Cool?
Like, what
her
way
whole
is she
character
stupid?
is that she just yells stupid shit.
What do you mean
Turn
stupid?
it to Panda! Turn it to Panda!
What's stupid about that? You want to see the panda?
You like Florian, if I can't convince you right now, you're just gonna have to go and rewatch this movie.
Oh, he happily
I
will.
paid attention to her, okay? She's not stupid. What do you mean?
Okay, do we have any other talking points? Because even I don't want to listen to this anymore.
Yeah. So I have another talking point that I wanted to bring up. So, in this like ritual, right, where they kind of separate the panda from the girl, they do like this Chinese incantation sort of thing, which I figured was some sort of spell, right? It was some sort of like ancient traditional thing.
Ancient Chinese secret.
but that's completely thrown out of the water when they're separating the panda from her mom. And what really gets it going is shitty boy band music when the boy band just comes on the concert and starts singing like a terrible early 2000s-esque pop song, and that does way more for the ritual than any Chinese incantation.
Hey, they specifically described this, okay, when they first had the ritual. The guy said that it doesn't matter what they sing, it just has to come from the heart, okay? And that's what's happening, all right? They just
I bet that
really
corporate
big hearts.
2000s pop really came from the heart.
Yeah, okay. Come on. Why do you have to be cynical about everything? Jesus.
Yeah, I think
that these people have feelings.
We have done enough shitting on the movie. It's time to go into the Kino Corner where we discuss all the Kino aspects of a film. Florian, please take it away. No more negativity. Somebody worked hard on this fucking film just so that Disney could say, no theatrical release. We're going to throw it up on our shitty streaming service and you're going to make $4 million globally.
Magic. Well, anyway, like, to me, the movie was actually, like, pretty funny most of the time. I mean, okay, the first 5 minutes were pretty cringe, but it grows on me, okay? And I guess the high point for me is when she first turns into the panda. Like, everything at that point is just comedy gold. How she just keeps herself hidden completely.
Have you seen the movie Teen Wolf?
No.
You would love it.
Maybe, but I mean, it's just so perfect how we see this nerd girl who is so obsessed with being perfect, and then she becomes this crazy panda creature, and she's so embarrassed, and she tries to hide it so hard, and then like her mom is just misled into thinking she's menstruating, and then when she brings her the tampons in school, oh my god, it is so hilarious. At first it's like, oh no, mom, what are you doing? What are you doing? And it's like, why are you here? This is not right. And then, oh, she's got tampons. I mean, that's a good thought, I guess. But wait a minute, the kids are gonna freak out. This is so embarrassing. And then she just turns into the panda, and she has to run away. And she's like largely unseen, which is pretty funny to me that she just manages to get away with only a few people seeing her, despite her being so huge. She just squeezes through these tiny streets, and she's just dodging and weaving, and it's just funny. Okay, I loved it.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. You know what? You convinced me. 10 out of 10.
We did it.
I'm gonna say it's definitely Kino after Florian's description. Like after
this movie told me. This movie is like you take the best elements of Teen Wolf, you take the best elements of a very goofy movie, you know, this concept of maybe not a father and son, but a mother and daughter, and the daughter just really wants to go to a rock concert at the end, and they have to have a little parent kid growth session. There's no road trip, but very similar to both of those movies. And you take the best elements of both and you make them hyper specifically focused on a character nobody can relate to, and you dumb it down and make it horrible. And that's this movie. That's the best thing I can say about it, is that it takes elements from better movies and makes them worse.
Why can't you relate to her? What's so wrong about her?
Oh God, I just want to fucking beat the shit out of the main character.
So it's just like visual?
It is pretty hideous, like inside and out.
Every character is
the
hideous.
teeth. Oh my god! Like the stupid fucking Disney teeth with that horrible smile.
With the Steven Universe mouth.
Steven actually has decent looking mouth, okay, in the show. But if you render it in 3D, it looks so stupid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is this movie tries to do a bit of like what Pixar's been doing recently, like the animation style with like Luca, mixed with anime, mixed with Steven Universe, and it just makes it look like an extended.
Yeah, my favorite anime, Steven Universe.
And it just makes it look like an extended version of the Grubhub ad. And
it does. It looks like that fucking Grubhub ad. I'm glad you said that, because I'm trying to put my finger on why I hate this so much, and it does. It looks just fucking like that fat guy dancing.
Yeah, and then
seen it. I don't think you've seen it.
Oh my fucking god!
And then the scenes, like the party scenes, where they're all like dancing at the birthday party. I'm like, this is the Grubhub ad. Like, this isn't like it anymore. This just is it right now. And so that was honestly, the animation was so off-putting to me that it made it hard for me to, enjoy the rest of the movie. But even the rest of the movie, I didn't care for. So
what do you think that the IMDb rating of this movie is?
Probably like 100.
Yeah, it's 7. So would you say it's like way lower than that for you?
I think the Rotten Tomatoes is like 95. So it seems like critics love this movie.
And the users, I wonder?
I think the critics love
the user score is probably a little bit lower.
I think
not a whole lot, I don't think.
So the guy Bulwark on Twitter made that that post about how he didn't like the character designs, and it made like so many blue check marks, just so fucking angry. So I feel like they're just like coping and saying that they love it, that it's just like amazing Pixar movie. Well,
one guy got canceled because he said he could not relate to the character of a 22-year-old Chinese Toronto child. Like 2002 kid. He said that, this movie was not for me because there was nothing I could relate to as a 50-year-old white man. And he got fucking canceled. The website had to take down his review and apologize for it. So you cannot criticize this movie, or else you will be shit upon by blue check marks.
I mean, you don't really do this either normally. Like you don't say, "Oh, I can't like do the same thing with Luca, right? Because it's just Italian gay boys. Like I can't sympathize here." No, nobody says that, right? Like,
I mean, there are some
here?
movies where I just cannot attach myself to anything in it, and it will affect my enjoyment of the film.
Yeah.
Well, to me, usually it's like most kids' movies. I can't relate to the kids. But in this case, I actually could relate to her because she was like being a nerd and trying to achieve in school. So I actually found that relatable. Oh, well. Just me, I guess.
Just you.
Yeah.
I'm glad we could finally find a movie you can relate to, though. This about a woman going through menstruation. We finally found it.
Too.
We know how Florian loves China, so
True.
I think that's what it comes down to.
That is true, yes. China is the future, you know?
I looked it up, and
Russia is the past, but China is the future.
the critical tomato meter is 95, and the audience score is 73, so pretty close to that 7 out of 10.
Yeah. So do you guys feel like it's worse than 7?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
I feel like I would never watch this again unless like I was being held at gunpoint.
But you watch like
the
other Disney movies, Pixar movies, right?
No, I have not watched a Pixar movie since
Soul. We've reviewed Soul.
Yeah, I did see Soul, but I skipped like the one about Dungeons and Dragons or whatever the fuck. I didn't watch
Onward.
Luca. Yeah, I didn't watch any of that shit.
Onward was mediocre.
Even
honestly,
the new that Encanto movie. I don't think that's Pixar, but I watched that for about 5 minutes, and I think I realized I've outgrown these movies because I was so bored I turned it off.
I don't think Pixar's made a good movie since
right?
Wait.
Inside Out.
Oh, bullshit. Soul is amazing. Like, that can't be right. Have you seen Soul?
I thought Soul was fine.
It's fine. It's fine. But I mean, like, Pixar was
beautiful.
Great, like, back in the 2000s. And,
yeah, and people are trying to gaslight us. They're trying to say, oh, you loved the Pixar movies when you were a kid, but now that you've outgrown them, suddenly you don't like them? No, they're literally getting worse.
No, I disagree, okay? What was that last one? No, not the last one. The one about the dead Mexicans. That one was great.
That was good.
Coco was pretty good.
I liked Coco.
Pretty good, but...
Pretty good. That was amazing.
It's pretty good, but it wasn't on the same level as something like WALL-E or Ratatouille or Up.
No, it's better than at least Ratatouille.
What? No, it's not.
Oh, that reminds me, there's a scene in this movie where the dad is cooking, and I thought that was the absolute best part was when it had close-ups of the food. It looked basically, it was basically photorealistic, and I want Pixar to make either a Ratatouille 2 or just another movie about food, because that looked so good.
Yeah, that was amazing how that looked compared to the rest of the stupid faces.
Yeah.
But I wish they would make a second one of these where like the whole family tries to be back to pandas. You know, they're just inspired by her to be pandas again. That's what I'd want to see. But I guess
that sounds like a really good movie.
The sequel will be about menopause.
Yeah.
Wow.
Her mom can no longer turn into the panda.
Oh no. Well, that can't be right because her grandma still can.
Okay, I'm done talking about this bullshit. So if you guys have any final thoughts, you better spew them out.
No final thoughts for me.
Well, I'm just sad that you guys can't enjoy a beautiful Pixar movie. Okay, it's just tragic.
Now, when you say beautiful, you don't mean aesthetically beautiful, because you admitted that it's ugly as sin.
Well, it grew on me over time, okay? It just looked really bad at first, but I feel like in motion, the faces look fine, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I really wish Disney would stop putting huge teeth into everything. It's been like that for ages, and now that they open the mouth all the way, it's even worse. But okay, I guess. It's a style, it can work. It's not for me, but everything else was fine.
Yeah, I don't know.
Emotionally, it was beautiful, is what I mean.
Maybe Florian is right, Kino. Maybe this movie is amazing and good, and you and me are just cynical old men now who cannot appreciate a quality children's film. We no longer can relate to our inner child. It has been beaten and ripped out of us by society, and we're so jaded and just fucking angry at the world that something pure and innocent and fun like this movie cannot affect us emotionally at all, and we have nothing but disdain and disgust for its existence. Could that be correct?
I think that's, I don't think that's correct. But I think
sure.
I think that in a few minutes after we finish this and I rewatch a Serbian film for the 20th time, I might, I might feel a little bit just a little bit of something after that.
Yeah, it's pretty telling when we can only get an emotional response from a movie when it's fucking Sallow, come and see a Serbian film. Like the shit that everybody else will not even touch with a 10-foot pole because it's so grotesque and horrific. Those are the only movies we can even feel a modicum of emotion for anymore.
Yeah, you just got like a pile of rotten flesh in your fridge, and you just smell it every time you every time you feel like you might feel like a child again, you just smell it and murder that little child inside you. The problem is that you've banished your pandas, okay? And
that's true.
It's just telling you that you could have held on to your pandas all along, but you blew it.
Well, I don't know. Every time I take a shit, lots of blood comes out, so I think I might be menstruating.
Oh shit.
Yeah, literally, oh shit.
He's turning red.
My stool is turning red.
Oh no.
Don't tell me it's hairy.
My hairy, bloody diarrhea. I mean, I guess the panda looks like somebody had a bloody diarrhea all over some white fur. I don't know. I think that we might have come to if this is therapy, if we're podcasting as therapy, I think me and Kino really came to some conclusions about just how jaded and scarred we've become.
Perhaps.
Maybe the movie is good.
Oh yeah, it's great. I'm certifying it as Blood Kino, period Kino. This is a true period piece.
Yeah, 2002 is what you mean.
Yeah, 2002.
Oh, jeez.
Well,
I mean, you see the ratings. It's a 7 out of 10. Okay, so you are clearly wrong.
would you say it's Kino, Florian?
Yeah, I mean, I fucking love this shit.
You fucking love this shit?
Yeah, like most Pixar movies I love, okay? So there you go.
So can we get an audio recording of you saying Turning Red is a far better film than The Batman?
Yeah, I mean, for sure.
Well, say it.
Turning Red is far better than The Batman in every way cinematically. The story is just way better. The characters just deliver on their premise, okay? You have to be a jaded fool to enjoy The Batman over Turning Red.
Did this movie even have a plot? Like, she's trying to hide the panda, but then every single person who sees the panda instantly accepts it and loves it and wants to spend time with it. Like, nobody's even afraid of it. Nobody thinks she should be banned from school. The movie doesn't even have a conflict.
That's nonsense, okay?
The conflict is that Chinese moms are overbearing. Yeah, welcome to life. Your mom's a cunt. Make a movie about it.
Dude, since when would you have this? Since when would you talk this way? Isn't a smaller story usually a good thing? Like, do you like when like in every story there's like a villain that's gonna destroy the world? Is that what we should strive for?
I think if your movie's gonna be almost 2 hours long, you need to have a deeper plot than I want to go see a boy band. A Goofy movie knew to come in and out within 75 fucking minutes.
And this movie, it feels like it's ending at about like 75, 80 minutes in. I was like, okay, this is the end. And I clicked, I like checked the time. I was like, what the fuck? I have another 30 minutes.
Oh, the same thing happened to me. I clicked and it was like 25 more minutes and I could not believe it.
I looked at the progress bar and I'm happy that there's more of it. Okay? So is it really this hard for you to fucking have to deal with little girls for this long? Yeah, okay, wow. We can't have heartfelt stories about girls. No, we're gonna have world-ending stakes. We're gonna have.
I mean,
crazy
she
shit
does.
happen.
The mom does try to murder like thousands of children at the end.
Hey,
Yeah.
she doesn't murder anyone. Okay, she's
How do you know?
She's more pacifist than the Hulk. Okay, the Hulk never kills anyone. You don't believe it, but it's true. Okay, the Hulk has never killed anyone.
Okay,
And
okay.
He has the huge panda.
Listen, we all three agree this movie is Kino. We would all highly recommend it. I would like to put in a new segment called Recommendations, where we all recommend something that everybody should go watch after they enjoy Turning Red. So, do either of you guys have anything you would like to recommend?
Well, okay. There is this animated series called Centaur World, which is a musical about a horse that gets stuck in a magical world full of centaurs, and it's hilarious, it's stupid, and it's musical. It's just beautiful. There's 2 seasons of it on Netflix, and everyone should check it out if you like slightly gay shit. Okay.
Slightly gay shit.
I mean, it's about unicorns and centaurs, but you know, it's well written, and you should give it a chance, unless you like, unless you vomit when you see like little horses, you know.
So, a movie that is about coming of age in Taiwan that's actually really, really good, unlike Turning Red, is called A Brighter Summer Day. I would definitely recommend that.
I recently have been getting into Danny McBride more because I watched his HBO show, the Gemstones. So I started watching his other shows, and I think all 3 of his HBO shows are some of the funniest shit I've ever seen. Yeah, like you were saying, Eastbound and Down, that might be the funniest TV show of all time. It fucking broke me laughing hysterically. Just pure edge. The edgiest shit you can think of. The closest thing to a live action drawn together I've ever seen. Vice Principals was also excellent. Great character work and great humor. And The Righteous Gemstones might be a watered down version of Succession, but I enjoyed it as well. So if you have HBO Max, don't sleep on Danny McBride. He makes some of the funniest shit I've ever seen.
Shit, I gotta see those. I really liked Eastbound and Down, but I haven't seen the other 2, so I guess I really should.
Yeah, Vice Principals and the Gemstones.
Sweet.
And I think that's all we have for this episode of Is It Kino, unless you guys have anything else you want to throw in.
No.
Not about the movie, no.
Okay, well, see you next time, folks.
See ya.
Bye, everyone.